Hello there everybody, it's Somebody Nature, aka Nightmare. Welcome back to Umineko. Now, in the last episode, Battler broke down. And it was just moderately creepy. One of you guys told me that we're getting near the end, so... yeah. Also, concerning that, I got Higurashi Himatsubashi, I think that's what this one's called. I got it downloaded. And... after I'm done recording this, I'm going to go get the, I'm going to go look for the patch that'll add, like, the voice acting and enable certain, the CGs and all that stuff. But yeah, got Higurashi downloaded. And I think Monday, or Tuesday, I believe, I'll have time to, because I'm still kind of, like, one of you guys sent me a link, but I'm not going to probably have time to take a look at that for Fate Stay Night. But if I have time after I'm done recording this and getting making sure the video is processed and all that, I'll take a look at the link that you guys sent me and work on getting Fate Stay Night. Also, should have mentioned this in Danganronpa. I'm going to go ahead and add this. Since it's going to be a while that Ultra Despair Girls is going to take a while before they make the Steam release, I'm going to do the island mode that people have been talking about for Danganronpa 2. That way, I can finish getting all the free time events for all the characters. But yeah, that's the plan. That way, we can kind of wait out the time it's going to take for Ultra Despair Girls to come out. Obviously, in the future, whenever I figure out what games you guys want me to do next, I'm going to go ahead and hold another poll. That way, you guys can vote for what you want to see. Although, this time, I'm going to kind of research, because, that one, what was it called? Senjiao no Mao, I believe. Apparently, due to the YouTube user private, I think it was some sort of agreement that you're only allowed to, like, do or show off Chapter 1 of that visual novel. I didn't know that. So, but also, just even if I'm not going to be doing that on this channel, I'm actually going to do that Jisenjiao thing. That visual novel. I'm actually going to go ahead and read that in my own spare time and just free time. Because one of you guys mentioned that besides it's what's the word as I'm looking for? It was its content can get a little, I don't want to say the word brutal, but really, I don't know. But one of you guys said that it is a good story, so I'm going to take the time and I'm actually going to do that visual novel. In which case, I'm not sure what video I'll do it in, but I'll give you guys my personal thoughts on the visual novel itself. Without, hopefully, not spoiling anything, you know, just give my personal opinion, not say anything about the story, because I don't want to get a video taken down because I talked something about above Chapter 1 or anything like that. Anyway, let's join right back in, in Umineko, and see, I don't know if we're going to be able to see how Battler's doing, considering he practically just gave in to the witch, but let's just continue on. Oh, one of you guys also sent me a link of that, from the manga, of what when Rosa said, you can't trust furniture. Holy shit, that picture is fucked up. I mean, her expression is like, good lord. That was messed up.
それが真相だというのかい?
はい。私たちは見たままのことをお話ししています。
George folded his arms and started humming again. And the kitchen was once again absorbed by a long silence.
ジョージ様がにわかには信じられない気持ちも私はよくわかります。何しろこの目で確かに見たはずの私ですらあれが何だったのかわからなくなる。私は確かに見た。そして取っ組み合いまでしたはずなんです。なのにあれが全部幻だったような気すらする。
なるほどね。あのローザおばさんに詳しく話せないわけだ。今の話を本当にしてたら もっと面倒なトラブルになっていただろうね。なるほど。源氏さんが随分冷静な対応をしていたのが分かりました。
私にそれを説明するだけの力があればよかったのですが。
George had not actually seen it, and even when he pressed to believe, he just couldn't imagine it. It was only natural, because even the people who had actually seen it had given up asking themselves what it was.
話を少し巻き戻すよ。シャノンはカノン君が偽物かもしれないと思った時、クモの巣を取ってきたと言ったね。どうしてそんなことを？
そうだ。それは私も思っていました。どうしてクモの巣だったんです？
That's pretty interesting. Why?
前に熊沢さんに聞いたことがあるんです。大昔の六軒島には悪霊が住んでいて、それで雲の巣を魔除けと尊んで大切にしたという昔話があるんだそうです。
Huh.
それでそのとっさに私も少し混乱していたんだと思います。
そんな話が。熊沢はそういう昔話に詳しかったな。
雲は液中ですからね。確かにそういう信仰があってもおかしくないかもしれない。
きっとその悪霊の力をあの鳥居の祠が封じ込めてたんだと思います。そして霊境が割られたのでその力が蘇って、
Yeah, and you're the...
ベアトリーチェ様を蘇らせる力となってしまったに違いないのです。私が、心の弱かった私があんな大それたことをしなければ。
Oh, good lord.
シャノン、その話はもうしなくても大丈夫だよ。僕は君を責めたりなんかしない。
Huh? Since long ago, Shannon had hinted at a certain occult aspect regarding how she had met with George. After listening to her, George had come to think of that this was typical of a girl, associating love with fate, chance, and miracles. George thought she had gone a little too far when she broke the spirit mirror that was offered at the Torii Shrine, but he had smiled and forgiven her, thinking that it was only a little prank she had done because she seriously desired a relationship with him. Just breaking a mirror in some musty shrine wouldn't change the fate of our meeting, and that would never cause any curse. I should have cheered her up, saying it was only a musty mirror covered in dust.
ベアトリーチェ様という霊のような存在がいるという話は、この島に勤めるようになってからたくさんの同僚に聞かされました。最初はバカバカしいと思っていましたが、それを批判するとなんだか不謹慎そうな空気があったもので、私も表向きは信じているように振る舞っていきました。しかしまさか本当に
いたんです。ベアトリーチェ様はずっとこのお屋敷におられたんです。でもベアトリーチェ様は力を失っておられて、ずっといた。私たちが見えなかっただけなんです。
源氏さんの意見を聞きたいです。
Okay.
私には何も一つだけ申し上げたいのは、私たちはあの時ここに5人いた。そしてカノンが勝手口から帰ってきたと思った。そして使用人室に運び、何かが起こって南條先生と熊沢が帰らぬ人となってしまった。
Which reminds me. Yep, they're updated. Died in the servant room, her throat sliced open by a sharp blade, or something similar. The finishing touches are yet to come. Died in the servant room, his throat sliced open by a sharp blade. However, this alone isn't enough. I don't like that. I don't like that.
それだけです。 私たちは見たものをすでに全て説明しました。それを見ていないジョージ様に信じろというのはとても無理な話だと理解しています。
信じられるわけがない。あれは間違いなくカノンさんだと思った。でもあいつがベッドから起き上がそう、こんな風にしながら胸の傷をまさぐり始めた時、こいつはカノンさんじゃない、誰か別の存在なんだと直感しました。ジョージ様にはわからないでしょう。よく知っていると思っていた人物が実は別人であることをさらけ出した瞬間の恐ろ説明できない。とても説明できるわけがない。
わかるよ。ゴーダさんがそれほどまでにショックを受けるどんな恐ろしいことがあったのか、僕は
ありがとうございます、ジョージ様。
And they all went silent again. Shannon kept crying no matter how many times she was consoled, thinking that listening to the witch's sweet whispers and breaking the spirit mirror on that day had all been a mistake.
君に囁いたという魔女はその鏡があると力を失うんだね。
少し説明してくれた気がしますが、あの鏡があると力が出せないというようなことを言っていたと思います。
君が割ったというその鏡はどうしたの？
覚えていません。多分割ったまま立ち去りましたから、そのままそこに残ってたでしょう。
ということは岩礁が雷で撃たれて消えたとかいう時に海の底か。まあ拾って接着剤で貼り付けたところでご利益は戻らないだろうけどね。
私は本当になんてことを。
ごめん、失言したよ。
He didn't know whether the time Shannon had broken the mirror had really been the time that everything had started. The servants didn't blame Shannon, but it seemed that they believed that had been the beginning. But even now, there was no way George could believe that far. Even if he was told a story about witches and evil spirits, it just sounded fake to him. Even so, he listened seriously to Shannon's story, trying to find a hint that might relieve at least a little of the pain in her heart.
そういえばその鳥居にあったものとは違うでしょうが、奥様がお守りとして霊鏡をお持ちになっていると聞いたことがあります。
夏日おばさんが？
はい、おじい様の形見分けか何かでもらったものだそうで、とても強い魔除けの力を持つ由緒正しい霊鏡だとかなんとか。
同じ話は私も聞いたことがある。鏡は良くないものを反射して弾き返す力があるのだとか。
その霊鏡があれば魔女のベアトリーチェに対抗できるかな。
When George proposed this, the servants looked up.
祀っていた鳥居と祠はもうないかもしれないけれど、霊鏡がもう一枚あるのは重要なことだよ。夏日おばさんの実家は神職にも通じていると聞いたことがある。
That's different. Shinto priests.
それは本当に単なる鏡ではないかもしれない。
Natsuhi's family is descended from Shinto priests, similar to how Rika Furude from Higurashi was a part of a priest-like family arrangement, I think.
確か奥様は宝物箱に入れて大事にしまっている、そんなに大きいものではないのかもしれません。
大きさの問題ではなかったと思います。私が割った鏡も一見大したことのない小さな鏡に見えました。
相手がオカルトならこちらもオカルトの手段で対抗するしかない。ただこうして座っていても何も解決しない。単なる気休めだとしてもやってみる価値はあるよ。
Of course, this didn't mean that George had accepted the witch. However, he thought it would be necessary to have some kind of purification ceremony to heal the wound in Shannon's heart. So the story about Natsuhi's spirit mirror was really convenient.
行こう。魔女をやっつけようなんて大それたことは言わないよ。でも魔女から身を守る魔除けがあってもいいと思う。前にマリアちゃんに聞いたんだけど、おじい様の部屋の扉は強力な魔除けが施されているんでしょ。さすがおじい様だね。オカルトに対する防御も十分だったわけだ。行こう。夏日おばさんの部屋へ。
しかし奥様の部屋には鍵がマスターキーはローザ様にお返ししてしまいましたし、
And there are no duplicate master keys.
キーボックスのある使用人室も施錠されてしまいましたし。
ならばその鍵は夏日おばさんが持ち歩いているはず。礼拝堂にはまだ夏日おばさんの遺体があるはずだ。
Okay, that's kind of fucked up.
警察が来る前に勝手にいじってしまうのは悪いことだけれど、それについてはちゃんと説明しよう。
Okay.
しかし礼拝堂の入り口も鍵がかけられております。
Oh yeah.
合田さんの腕力じゃガラス1枚割れないのかい。その辺の石で叩き割ればいい。
大切な礼拝堂の窓を破ってしまってもよろしいのでしょうか。
おじい様に怒られるときは僕が責任を持つよ。僕はもともと今日後ろ宮家の全員と戦うつもりでいた。君との婚約を許してもらうためにね。だから元よりその覚悟はある。
Wait, you're... Uh-oh. I wonder how Goda and Genji are gonna react here.
ガラスを割ろう。そして夏日おばさんの遺体から鍵を借りよう。
It seemed that George's claim that he would take responsibility gave the servants a great amount of courage. Shannon and Goda faced each other, and then looked at George's face again.
オカルトに詳しいおじい様だもの。夏日おばさんの霊境の力だってきっと理解してくれる。大丈夫。怒られたりなんかしない。
奥様の鏡で本当にベアトリーチェさんもう一度封じることができるでしょうか。
わからない。でも試す価値はあると思う。なら行こう。表はどんどん暗くなっちゃうよ。急ごう。シャノンは懐中電灯を、ゴーダさんはガラスを割れそうな道具を、ゲンジさんはすみません、傘の用意をお願いします。
はい。Alright. You got yourself one hell of a plan there, buddy. The servants who had been rejected by Rosa gained a new master and started to move. George, who was normally calm and gentle, was now oozing dignity. Shannon checked the emergency flashlight. Just in case, she changed the batteries. Good. Goda was testing several heavy-looking cooking tools. Normally, a highly praised chef like himself wouldn't want to use them for something other than their intended purpose. But now he was frantic to fulfill the orders of the one who he accepted as his master. After some worrying, he took a large, thick-feeling frying pan. Genji removed several umbrellas from the umbrella stand set in the corner near the kitchen door. He took 3 of them.
ゲンジさん。
私はご一緒できません。
Huh?
ご用命の時に全員がいないようなことがあって後ろ宮家使用人頭として恥ずかしいことです。
Okay.
そんなゲンジさん、
You do realize you can't be left by yourself.
今のこの屋敷で一人でいることがどれだけ危険かあなたも
私はいけない。親方様からいつお呼び出しがあってもいいよ。私はここにいなくてはならない。
ケンジ様。
言ってジョージ様にお仕えするようくれぐれも粗相のないよう。どうだ、手本となるようよろしく頼む。
はい、お任せください。
必ずやお役目を果たします。
本当にいいんですね、ケンジさん。
はい、私はもうこの年です。今日までの人生は全て親方様に受けたご恩をこのような老いぼれがどうなる全てはルールというし、私はどのような結果が出るのか 届けたいと思います。
As Genji said that, he sat down. As though saying that he didn't intend to discuss this anymore, his gaze fell to the chessboard that he had played on with Nanjo. When George saw this, he decided to leave Genji there.
行こう、みんな。今は少し風もおとなしいみたいだ。
Alright. When George took an umbrella and dashed down the hallway, Shannon and Hagoda chased after him, each holding a tool. I have a bad feeling about this. Okay. After they flew out of the room, Genji quietly stretched his hand out to the corner of the room with a chessboard. He softly pulled something that was there towards himself and hid it by covering it with his palm. Genji killed his breathing even more than before. As he did, something flashed gold. Oh, god damn it. From inside an ice pail sat on the corner. A small gold butterfly appeared, softly and silently. It was almost as though it had seen George and the rest off, and was trying to secretly chase after them. Okay. It happened in an instant. The elegant gold butterfly, flapping its wings, was pinned against the wall by the knife Genji threw, just like a butterfly in a bug collection. After the gold butterfly beat its wings several times, looking like it was in pain, it accepted the fact that it couldn't break free, became fine gold powder and smoke, and disappeared as though it had melted into water. Damn! Genji, you badass. Genji still gazed down at the chessboard as though nothing had happened. Maybe he would think up a brilliant move very soon. But no matter what move he made, his opponent would not be able to respond for all eternity. Even though he knew that, Genji searched for a brilliant move. It must have been the perfect way to kill time, during the short period before some fate would be given to him. He didn't know what result the roulette would bring about, but that decision would be made very soon. No one can interfere with the tumbling roulette ball. Okay. The door to the parlor was not only locked, but blocked with a barricade made of sofas and the like. So Rosa scowled, apparently thinking that if a suspicious person appeared, it would be by breaking the window. Sitting on a one-person sofa, her back to the door, she continued to hold on to her gun. Okay, now we're back with Battler. I didn't know what was what anymore, and even though my body and mind were torn out, I played with Maria as she wanted. Maria had said it. Beatrice wanted to see whether the epitaph of the gold could be solved, so we had to challenge this riddle. In the beginning, I had been a little interested and had tried to solve it, but I had never had a clue about what that weird paragraph meant. I didn't doubt that there was some riddle hidden there, but I couldn't imagine that I would solve it by chance. In the middle part of the epitaph, there were lines from the 1st to the 10th twilight, saying to the journey to the Golden Land. As the first twilight, you shall lift up as sacrifice the 6 chosen by the key. At the second twilight, those who remain shall tear apart the 2 who are close. It was obvious that this hinted at the first 6 murders that had already occurred in the chapel, and Jessica and Kanon-kun's murders. If this was being followed, we still had to be prepared for 5 more people to be killed. At the 4th twilight, gouge the head and kill. At the 5th twilight, gouge the chest and kill. At the 6th twilight, gouge the stomach and kill. At the 7th twilight, gouge the knee and kill. At the 8th twilight, gouge the leg and kill. Dr. Nanjo and Kumasawa Bachan's corpses hadn't been found. However, if we reasonably assumed that they were the sacrifices of the 4th and 5th twilights, they would surely be found in a pitiful state, with their head and chest gouged. In which case, could we expect that 3 more would be gouged in the stomach, knee, and leg and killed? Who would that be? I looked around the room, noticing that there were 3 people here. But how should I say it? My emotions seemed paralyzed. I couldn't understand my strange and frightening feelings. As I leaned on the sofa with the top part of my body, gazing up at the ceiling, Maria noticed. Somehow, it seemed as though she felt I was slacking off in my riddle solving. She was mad at me, like I wasn't being serious enough.
なあ、マリア。 ベアトリーチェは確か、これを解いたらどうするって言ってたんだっけ？
I was sure that the witch had written in her letter that she would give up on collecting the debt, or something abstract like that. I optimistically took that to mean that she would give up on killing the whole family. But was it really written with that meaning? I didn't really feel like solving this riddle would actually save us. I thought that even if we did solve it, would that be doing just what the culprit wanted us to do? And would all be a wasted effort?
そんなことはない。この碑文が解けたら、ベアとの儀式はおしまいになる。だからもうそれ以上、誰も死ななくなる。
本当にか？そういうルールを奴が提示してるだけだろ。この謎を解けば、多分、じい様の隠し黄金のありかがわかるんだろ。奴は、きっとそれを狙って。
狙わないよ。
なんでそう断言できるんだよ。
黄金は最初からベアとのものだもん。自分のものを狙ったりなんかしない。
じゃあ、どうしてベアトは俺たちにこんな大ヒントを授けてくれたんだ？というか、どうしてこんなゲームじみたことを仕掛けてきたんだ？
魔法にはリスクが必要なの。
Yeah.
リスク？よく意味がわかんねえな。
例えばマラソン。完走すれば誰でももらえるメダルと、一番になった人しかもらえないメダルって同じ価値だと思う？
Well, I mean, I guess the medal that goes to the one who made it first would obviously have more value than the ones that... Okay. I follow.
つまりなんだよ。わざとこっちにチャンスを与えるようなことをして。
違う。それがね、魔法というものなの。どんな大きな魔法にも絶対にリスクや弱点があるの。ないといけないの。
魔法って言われるとピンとこねえが、ギャンブルだって考えれば少しは理解できるな。でかく失う覚悟がなきゃ、でかくは勝てない。そして、勝ち目の薄いギャンブルであればあるほど、配当はでかくなる。
その通りだよ。だからベアトは儀式のリスクをちゃんとみんなに説明したの。だからこの謎を解けばちゃんと儀式は中断される。だってそれを約束違反したらリスクにならない。
これを解けば、奴は本当に約束を守るのか？
花は枯れるのにどうして美しいの？造花は見分けがつかないほど精巧でもどうして美しくないの？人間は死を賭すから奇跡が起こせる。不死の人間がいたとして、その人物に何の奇跡も起こせる道理はない。
Because there would obviously be no risk.
私たちも人生も魔女も儀式も、私たちはリスクを負わなければ何も成し遂げられないの。
謎が解けたらどうするんだ？ピンポーンって鳴らして挙手して、回答を魔女に伝えて答え合わせをするのか？
それは知らない。でも解けばきっと自動的に儀式は終わる。
マリアは詳しいな。そいつはみんなベアトリーチェに習ったのか
？So, if you don't bear a risk, nothing can be gained. That is doubtlessly the way of the world, but it was in conflict with the chessboard theory style of thinking that I liked. At least when making moves in chess, players grope for the best move, always trying to avoid risk and hoping for an advantageous turn of events. They don't trust to chance, like in gambling. That's right, there's no room for gambling in an intellectual game. And yet, this person called Beatrice had committed such an outrageous crime, or maybe a ceremony, while purposefully imposing conditions for her own loss and announcing them to us. In chess, you always play the best move, so by standing in your opponent's position, you can predict their next move. However, you couldn't say for sure that Beatrice's moves were always the best moves. I thought she was probably making us focus on the epitaph to trick us in some way, speaking in riddles. But Maria said only that was impossible. She said that this was a genuine risk that the witch had taken, and therefore proof that this was a formal ceremony for magic. I can't understand this witch called Beatrice. Even though she is supposedly committing this chain of murders with some goal in mind, why did she go to all the trouble of exposing the conditions by which she would lose? No matter how I turn the chessboard over and think from my opponent's perspective, I can't understand why she would give up this if this riddle is solved. Isn't it almost as though Beatrice doesn't care whether she wins or loses? It's natural that chessboard reasoning wouldn't work if you played chess against an opponent like this. I don't understand. I don't understand. What is Beatrice after that's making her cause this crime? If she just wants to massacre us all, she could just do it secretly without this whole crazy setup. There was no need for that scrupulous advance notice, this closed room acting or anything. It's all overacting. I don't understand at all what it means. As long as I continue to think of Beatrice as a greedy human culprit, will I be able to understand anything? If I don't accept her as a witch, will I be unable to even set the pieces on the chessboard after all? If she was really a witch, and everything Maria had said was true, there would be only one thing for us to do. The reasoning and the discord and searching for the culprit had all been pointless. We should have all gathered in the dining hall, combining our knowledge to solve the riddle. If we had combined the knowledge of that many people, maybe we would be able to at least grasp a thread of the answer. The greedy humans, desiring to gain something more than their opponent, were being offed up as sacrifices one by one, without gathering their knowledge together. In the end, did the humans get what they deserved? They thought they were thinking, but they were actually thinking only of their greedy selves. In the end, chessboard theory is a technique of thinking where you project yourself on your opponent. So greedy people see their greedy selves inside their opponents. I looked vaguely at Aunt Rosa. She was probably tired from being under all this tension the whole time. She couldn't sleep, but she kept staring vaguely at the some point off in space. Aunt Rosa had proclaimed that she couldn't trust anyone who had not been killed. Aunt Rosa's chessboard thinking saw herself inside her opponent. In other words, Aunt Rosa might have been an isolated woman, unable to trust anyone and unable to let her guard down. Long ago, I think I heard a bit of it from my dad. Aunt Rosa had originally been a very obedient child, but her age was far too separated from the other siblings. And furthermore, because conflicting demands were often made of her by her confrontational siblings, since she was young, her thoughts had become psychologically harsh. Often, when she copied one of her siblings, another sibling would give her a hard time. Certainly, Aunt Rosa had said many things today that could be taken as abusive language, but in a sense, those were words that had been showered upon her and engraved on her vocabulary. The many abusive words that she had spoken were also words that Aunt Rosa had been showered with in the past. Now that I think about it, I've had the feeling that her style of speech sometimes has traces of Kraus Oji-san and Aunt Eva in it. I'd accepted that they might be similar because they were siblings, but maybe that wasn't the case. I sympathized from my heart with Aunt Rosa, who I had come to think of as being only gentle. Then, what about Maria? Maria had been claiming something for a while. If we could solve the riddle that the witch announced to us, the ceremony would be halted and we would definitely be saved. And I think she also said that Beatrice would never break that promise. But this is Maria we're talking about. She herself would never break a promise, and she had the most innocent heart. So she believed that Beatrice also wouldn't break a promise. She could believe that. But wasn't that just an image of Beatrice that Maria imagined? There's no proof that the real Beatrice definitely keeps her promises, right? Uh-oh. Oh?
気分の謎を解けば、黄金鏡へ至ることができるだろう。さすれば、儀式は終わる。それ以上誰も死にはせぬ。
お前みたいな外道の極みが、ルールを遵守するってのかよ。
わらわが、残忍で卑劣で外道であることを否定はすんだが、わらわは魔女だ。 魔法を使う。魔法を使うには、守らねばならぬルールがある。わらわは魔女だからこそ、それをないがしろにできぬのだ。それだけは信じるがよい。
これだけめちゃくちゃやってきて、それでもルールだけは信じろってのかよ。
わらわはたぶらかしはする。もちろん人も騙す。人間と変わらぬ。だが、約束として口にしたことを保護にしたことは一度もない。人間はどうか、約束を必ず守るのか？
No. That should be an obvious answer. I'm sure there are a lot of people that actually keep a lot of promises, but...
約束を守ろうなんてキャッチフちゃんと履行されてるかどうかは疑わしいな。
わらわから見れば、人間の方がよっぽど利己的で下道な存在よ。人間の約束ほど疑わしいものはない。
Honestly, I can find myself agreeing with Beatrice here.
わらわも時に人間と契約するが、くだらない願い一つ叶えるのに、どれほど厳重に取り決めをするか想像もつくまい。少しでも隙があると、連中はすぐに、叶える願いの数を100に増やせとか、小さな豆粒に変身してみろとか言い出す。
親父によく言われたぜ。
He said that there's nothing as scary as contracts.
よく読まずにハンコを押す奴は、骨の髄まで喋られて当然だって言ってたぜ。
Contracts are pretty scary.
悪徳で荒稼ぎしてやがったんだな。
察しろ。人は生まれながらに詐欺を知りはせぬ。どこかで被った。だから覚えた。押し付け合わずにはいられぬ人の世の罪。はて、どこの魔女に聞いたやら。まあいい。そなたが思っているほど、わらわも無慈悲ではないぞ。
嘘をつけ。これだけの大勢を。こんな残酷な方法で殺しておいて、何が無慈悲ではないだ。約束は守るだと？いい加減なことを言うな。俺はお前を認めない。断じてそれを譲らないことだけがお前への抵抗だと俺は信じてる。
なるほど。永遠の苛波であるのはわらわに対しても同じであるというわけか。かもしれぬな。1000年は長い。魔女の強さは魔力より我慢強さで決まるのかもしれんな。なるほど。ベルン教の恐ろしさもうなずける。
Burncostal?
何をわけのわかんねえ話をブツブツ言ってやがる。さっさと永遠の苛波とやらを続けろよ。俺は1000年でも1万年でも付き合う覚悟だぜ。
よいよい。少しは戦う気力も戻ってきたようだな。そうでなければつまらない。ほら、対戦ゲームでもよくあるだろう？乱入したけど、相手があまりに弱くて拍子抜けで、わざと負けて最終ラウンドまで延長させて、最後に本気でフルボッコにすることとかって、あるだろう？
That's kind of like hustling, really.
例えの意味がわかんねえよ。
ワインと同じよ。よく熟成させねば輝かぬ。お前は、それに耐えられるワインだ。わらわがじっくり熟成させてやる。そなたを わらわの優雅な時間を彩る最高の美酒に育て上げてやるぞ。だから、この程度で屈服などするな。わらわを引き続き否定してくれよ。何しろわらわは、そなたが認めぬ限り、儚き幻想に過ぎぬのだから。
Oh, I guess. Oh yeah, we're in the chapel now. Okay.
何度見ても辛いな。
Yeah.
教授、お察しします。シャノンさん、お亡くなりになられたとはいえ、奥様はレディーです。私には触れることができません。
Well, I guess that's kind of being respectful.
はい。
Shannon nodded sharply, her expression filled with a sense of duty. George, Goda, and Shannon had broken a suitable window and were inside the chapel. Since they really hadn't wanted to break one, they had searched for another way in just in case. But in the end, after proving once again that there was nowhere they could slip in through, it only became more obvious that this chapel was a mysterious closed room. Inside the chapel, time had stopped since they had left it earlier. Of course, George hadn't been able to approach this horrible Halloween party again. It was only natural, because it had made him remember again the sadness of losing both of his parents at once. And Goda, thinking of the possibility that those corpses might have changed in some horrible way, now that a half of a day had passed, didn't want to let George approach. Shannon followed Goda's instructions and approached the party table. Normally, Shannon might have resented having another dirty job forced on her, but now she could truly understand Goda's mental state. Even though Goda had prodigious skill, he had gotten into trouble, lost his job, and been left out in the streets, when Natsuhi had given him a new life. Even though it had just been a casual employment for Natsuhi, Goda must have felt that it was a turning point in his fate. Those around Goda could see that he had felt a special kind of loyalty to Natsuhi, so he probably didn't want to lose that feeling even though she was dead. Oh god, oh good. Now that half a day had passed, the bodies of Natsuhi and the rest had changed completely. Small bugs that had sniffed out the smell of death had started to gather. It really wasn't something you wanted to look at directly. Because of her long experience as a servant, Shannon had an idea of which pocket Natsuhi had kept the key to her room in. Probably in this pocket. Her guess didn't fail her. Just by touching the outside of the pocket, she was immediately able to feel it. Shannon held the key up high, showing the others that it had been found. As George and Goda watched her, their eyes opened wide. That wasn't the expression Shannon was expecting, so it startled her. Oh god! Because Shannon hadn't noticed. George and Goda, watching from afar, had noticed it first. Because when Shannon held her key up high, a blizzard of gold leaf had seeped up from under around the table. There were countless gold butterflies. Because it was the first time George had seen them, it might have looked like some kind of illusion. But Goda already knew. He knew that those gold butterflies were a long way from being beautiful and that they caused some kind of misfortune. And that gold swelled, trying to suck Shannon in.
Shannon-san! Hashite!
Shannon also realized that gold butterflies were trying to swallow her up. She ran unsteadily, her expression still shocked. As she did, the gold butterflies danced around Shannon at once. They grouped together. They tried to swallow her up.
Shannon! そう、なんだこれは。これが君たちの言っていた黄金の蝶なのか。
早く外へ！こいつらめ！くそ！くそ！
George and Goda rushed up to Shannon, driving off the group of butterflies. And while the butterflies were scattered, they ran towards the broken window. However, they needed a good footing to get out of the window, which was surrounded with shards of broken glass. When they had entered, there had been enough time to prepare for that, but now there was none.
扉から出よう。足場を探してる時間なんかない。
開かない。硬い。
貸して。くそ、このオンポロが。
ジョージ様、お早く！くそ！ そうなめるな。
Goto took off his jacket, swinging it around and scattering the group of butterflies, but he was vastly outnumbered. It was doubtful that it even brought them a short amount of time. George struggled with the broken handle. Its age showed and it didn't turn well. I can't leave it a strength. It needs the right angle or some trick.
ジョージ様、くそー、この化け物どもが。
At that time, Goto saw it. He was seen by it. In other words, their eyes met. On top of the party table. No. As if it was holding up the stained glass, floating, laughing, the figure of the witch. As the number of gold butterflies decreased, he saw the figure of the laughing witch in the center of the golden whirlwind.
Beatrice.
It should have been Goto's first meeting with her, but he knew her at a glance. Just like the other servants had said, this was certainly the witch of the portrait herself.
そろそろ晩餐の時間ではないか。すでにわらわはこの屋敷のホストである。そなたらを素晴らしきディナーで歓待しなくてはならぬというもの。おあつらえ向きに3人ではないか。これは実に好都合。
Oh, I should have realized.
開いた。
ゴーダさん、早く。ベアトリーチェ様。
足を止めてもよいのか。ここがそなたらの墓場にふさわしいというなら。かつての主の傍らにて死後も仕えたいというその心意気はたたえようぞ。
The golden whirlwind that wrapped around the witch burst. It was like an evil hand had literally spread its fingers and was trying to attack them. The group of gold butterflies made a sound and attacked.
急ぐんだ。足を止めちゃいけない。
George's voice brought Shannon and Goto back to themselves. Standing here now would be the same as a frog being stared down by a snake. They had to resist. They had to fight this incarnation of the new, brutal and frightening order that Rokkenjima had been wrapped in. There was no time to take out their umbrellas. The three of them dashed out into the pouring rain. The three of them never realized because they didn't turn around, but the gold butterflies apparently couldn't handle the rain too well, and this hampered their ability to chase after the humans. The three people ran from their golden pursuers and flew into the mansion.
愉快。こうでなくては面白くない。
They unlocked the door and flew into the room. A bit of the scent from Natsu's favorite gentle incense remained in the room. However, there was no time to let that calm them down.
どこにあるんだ。宝物箱の中って言ったっけ。
話に聞いただけです。実際にどこにあるかまでは。
多分お化粧台かベッドの脇にあるんじゃないかと思います。
Shannon claimed that because of a woman's sense, but in the corner of the bed there was only an incense burner, a half-read novel, and glasses. But the dresser was elegant and had many drawers, and it would be understandable if she had kept some of her valuables there.
夏日おばさん、ごめん。
He began to violently open each one of the drawers. He had to hurry. He couldn't actually hear footsteps, but he had the feeling that the witch was approaching. He had the feeling that her laugh was approaching. He emptied the drawers one by one and examined their contents. Every small box for makeup looked like a treasure box, and the amount of effort it would take to inspect all of them made him feel a little dizzy.
この箱かもしれません。鍵がかかってて開きません。
At a glance, it looked slightly larger than a music box. When shaken, it rustled as though various small objects were inside. But it was locked and didn't open.
普通鍵はすぐ近くに隠しておくものです。あるいは常に身につけている人もいるかも。わからない。
やむを得ない。壊そう。でも乱暴にはできないね。中の鏡を割ってしまうかもしれない。こじ開ける道具はないかな。そう。
Goto looked all over the room, trying to see if there was some tool they could use, and he noticed the door, which had been left open ever since they had entered it. He approached the door to close it, and noticed the abominable shadows of people approaching from beyond the darkness in the hall. No, the phrase shadows of people wasn't right, because that referred to human shadows. You can't call the shadows of beings that aren't human shadows of people.
ジョージ様急い
Goda's voice trailed off. It was the shock from seeing a procession of those not of this world. He was a servant, so he knew all the servants that worked for the Ushidamiya family, but he didn't know about these. However, they were definitely servants. They weren't servants working for Ushidamiya Kinzo or Ushidamiya Kraus. Oh, fuck. Oh, there's 3 of them. They were new servants who worked for the new master of the mansion, the Golden Witch Beatrice, who had goats' heads and bright red, boiled eyes of lava. As the new master laughed loudly and trimly directed 6 of the new servants, he saw them pierce the darkness as they came. Of course, she was clad in the gold butterflies that were her symbol. Goda hurriedly closed the door and locked it. However, just as he locked it, it returned to normal, just as though a spring or something had been knocked it back. Just as though some prankster on the other side of the door was creating the illusion that it was opening every time he closed it. They shouldn't have reached the other side of the door yet. Then, how? It felt just like playing with a broken toy.
しまらない閉めても開いてしまうどうなってんだこりゃクソクソクソクソ
鍵がわらわを拒むと思うか。その部屋の新しき主をその部屋の扉が拒むと思うのか。
It was like the witch could see Goda's frantic effort through the door, even as their footsteps were approaching, and were not just footsteps, but their breath too could be heard. Goda gave up on the lock and slammed into the door, locking it himself with his large body.
ジョージ様早く早く早く
ジョージ様、これはどうでしょう。
レターオープナーか。そっちの方がいいね。貸して。万年筆じゃうまくいかない。
George took it and once again dug into the crack under the lid of the treasure box. It looks like it's working.
早く早く
The pressure from across the door grew even stronger. Goda screamed. It wasn't a war cry for his test of strength. He was terrified. He was simply terrified that, except for a single wooden door, he would be touching something not of this world. But he was still lucky. He wasn't touching them directly, because they were on the other side of the door. So it was natural that if he touched them directly, Goda's cry would turn from something brave into a shameful and very real scream that would make glass shatter. Goda couldn't believe what was right before his eyes. Going through the door, an arm, almost as though it was sticking through water. It was as though it was perfectly natural, slipped through, and rubbed the back of Goda's hand as he tried to hold the door closed as though his life depended on it. It slid up his arm, to his chest, and then his chin. By now, Goda's scream didn't sound like his voice. He could hear a sweet whispering from across the door. It wasn't coming from the witch, but judging by the sound of the voice, it was a young woman. But that didn't change the fact that it was a voice from one not of this world. Oh god, Beelzebub.
見てるの走馬灯。教えてね。終わったら。ありがとう。もう終わってるのね。
That obscene arm split open, and they heard the sound of something jumping around the room at an incredible speed. They didn't know what it was. Incredibly fast, small like steel or maybe a beetle. When it buried itself right in the center of Goda's chest and stopped. For the first time, they realized that its true form was something like a stake with a strange design on it. Goda's large body shook, bent backwards, and fell over. As it did, the door opened softly, even though no one was pushing it, and the new master of this room was welcomed in. It looked almost as though the door itself had accepted her. The goat attendants entered one after another, 6 of them. Then that witch entered and the gold butterflies entered. The room was wrapped in a blizzard of gold leaf which fell and piled up, turning it into a world of gold.
シャン、ルーレットはそなたとジョージを選んだ。解放の日に感謝せよ。未練はあるまい？ないよな。惚れた男から婚約指輪をもらって夜も共にしないうちに殺されてしまっても未練なんかないよな。女の幸せを教えてもらいたかったんだろう。ああ、シャーノン、ダメダメ、垂れてるぜ。お前の口元から未練がダラダラ垂れてんのが見えるぜ、シャーノン。
Crack. It was the sound of the lid of the treasure box breaking and opening. When George turned it over, accessories, charms, various small objects that Nazi had treasured when she was a girl fell out. Mixed in with that was a pouch that stood out from the rest. He picked it up and checked it immediately. This was it.
見つけた。これだ。
いいって及ばなかったの？死ね！
くそ！
All at once, the gold butterflies attacked George, who was impatiently trying to remove the contents of the pouch. Holy shit! Oh! Oh! That's where he got that thumbnail! It was from here! Like, I used this as a thumbnail for one of the previous episodes. Okay. I did not I did not realize, okay, Shannon has superpowers now. Cannon had powers, Shannon has powers. Good! At that time, it seemed like, just for an instant, a bright red flash lit up the room. That red flash seemed to wipe out the gold butterflies that were raging around the room, as though it was drawing a circle with Shannon at the center. Therefore, it was a very divine scene, almost as though a single streak of light cut through the clouds in the ceiling in this world of gold. George, who was curled up in a ball trying to protect himself from the group of butterflies, didn't have a clue what was going on. Then he noticed that Shannon was blocking the way to him, shielding him. As with a face that she had never shown him before, she glared at the witch and the rest.
忘れていた。そなたもまた金蔵の優れた家具だったな。それもカノンよりだいぶ熟成した。
カノン君をよくも殺したことじゃない。よくも亡骸を消し去り、その名誉まで汚そうとしたな。
おやおや、シャーノン、それ怒ってるのか？カノンに会えなくて寂しいならわらわに頼めよ。いつだって会わせてやるというのに。
When the witch snapped her fingers, one of the 6 goat attendants glittered gold and changed into Cannon. It was definitely a sight to make one doubt their eyes. It was definitely Cannon's face. However, in those eyes, there was none of that sincere glint of Cannon's. They were only the vague eyes of furniture that only obeyed the orders of the witch. George couldn't understand the scene right before his eyes, and he finally understood why Goda and the rest had been unable to talk about what they had seen in the servant room.
楽しいですか？
ああ、楽しいぞ。死が引き裂いた2人を再会させるのはいつだって楽しい。死で引き裂いて1度、合わせて2度、もう一度引き裂いて3度楽しめるのだからな。さあ、カノン、姉と遊んでやりなさい。もし痛めつけられたら、思いっきり苦悶の表情を浮かべてやるといい。
From the imposter Cannon's arm, a strangely shining locust extended. It planned to tear Shannon apart with that. Shannon, who still hadn't prepared her heart with a single stroke.
許さない。一度ならず、二度までも死者を汚すなんて。 許せない。
ほざくな。弟に殺されろよ、シャーノン。きっといい夢が見られるぜ。
As the imposter cannon drew several purple Loki, he should have attacked Shannon. But when he flew at Shannon, it felt like some kind of invisible wall had been set up in front of him. The Loki left a bright red ripple in the wall, and it repelled the imposter. No, it didn't repel him, it smashed him. It knocked him back, turning him into golden dust, into pieces, scattering him. Okay, looks like I've got to get the... There we go. And then those butterflies themselves broke into pieces, and those pieces were broken into pieces. Until they were no longer butterflies, but a golden splash and disappeared.
シャノン。
ジョージさんはそこから動かないでください。中心軸をずらしたくない。
Shift the central axis.
これは驚いた。虫一匹殺せない面をしてこれだけの力を見せたか。なるほど、霊境がそなたに力を貸しているというのか。しかしその霊境の本当の力を引き出すには準備も時間も足りないな。そのどちらもわらわは与えはせぬ。
The spirit mirror George gripped had let out a divine sparkle and displayed a strength that wouldn't submit to wicked power, but that sparkle was no match for the witch's sinister nature.
これだから家具は怖い。予期せずしてタンスの角にぶつける足の小指のような気持ちよ。
That's actually quite painful.
これだから家具は怖い。家具が、家具。
私は家具じゃない。そしてあなたを今はとても哀れに思う。
何？ほう、1000年の魔女に100年も至らぬ家具が今何と言ったか。
あなたはとても哀れな人。愛し合う二人に未練がないわけがない。でもあなたの期待するような未練はかけらほどもない。
語るか。家具の分際でジョージと結ばれたくてわらわの靴を舐めた日々を忘れてわらわにそれを語るか。
愛に生き泥濘を這うが人間。それを嘲笑い見下しているつもりであなたはそれにはるかに劣る。私は今こそあなたを哀れに思う。愛し合う二人にとって添い遂げることにどれほどの意味が。意味はある、きっとある。でもそれはあなたの言うこととは全然違う。もっと神聖にしてあなたごとき邪悪が口にする資格もないほどの神聖な意味がある。だから私にはすでに何の未練もない。ジョージさんと愛を誓い合った。その証として指輪を受け取った。それで永遠の誓いは完了した。あなたがどんな邪悪な魔法や悪意で私たちを災難だとしても永遠は汚さない。
綺麗事を詩人のように語るな。愛は情欲なんだよ。少女漫画みたく綺麗事ばっかりで語れねえんだよ。男どもはお前の匂いに惹かれて群がるウジバエどもなんだよ。そんなこともその年でまだ理解できねえのかよ。お前は失望するぜ。その後ろのメガネ男のどす黒い欲望一度でも覗いちまったらがっかり愕然唖然呆然全然ダメだぜショーノン。
You just kind of stole Battler's line, just point that out.
ああ、もういいや、語るな家具が。この家具。何様のつもりだよ、語りやがって。愛なんて結局は、ど汚ねえ汚物をどう綺麗に見せようかって欺瞞なんだよ。そいつに気づいて人は大人になるんだろう。死ねよ、クズ！家具、スクラップ！お前を汚らわしいウジ虫に変えてやるよ。それでもそのメガネがお前を愛するか、試してやるよ。そいつの愛のど汚ねえ現実ってやつを教えてやるよ。死ねよ、ガラクタが！てめえが愛を語るんじゃねえ！
Good lord. Well, this revealed a shit ton about Beatrice's character. The invisible column of light with Shannon at the center started to have bright red ripples drawn all over at once. The wall did its best to withstand the malice that eyes couldn't see as it tried to corrode in from them from all directions.
なんだよそれは。安っぽいんだよ、薄っぺらいんだよ。お前の綺麗事と同じなんだよ、見せかけだけの薄っぺら。見たくないものをベールで覆って隠してるだけなんだよ。まだわかんないのかよ。だから家具なんだよ、家具。ほら削られ。お前のその薄っぺらな抵抗に比べたらパルミチャーノレッチアーノの方がまだ削るのに苦労がいるぜ。
You're kind of losing your shit there, Beatrice. The golden windstorm that covered the room gradually began to shave the walls off the column that protected Shannon and George. The bright red ripples frantically drew a pattern of resistance, but instead, it became a red wall of despair and began to wrap up the two of them.
庄司さん、ごめんなさい。やはり、私には無理でした。
ありがとう。君は僕のために戦う。それだけで嬉しいよ。
As the round wall that had once protected them was assaulted and covered with a locust of bright red ripples as it made something like a scream, it began to suck the two of them up instead. Shannon grasped George's hand behind her, so George hugged her shoulders just as strongly.
なんだい。
最後に愛してるって聞かせてく。
さよ。
Oh god, that was brutal. Well, that really... Honestly, I was expecting Beatrice to be, you know, a little bit more composed. I did not expect her to literally, like, flip the crazy switch and basically completely lose all of that composure just... Huh. That definitely revealed something about her personality and her actual thoughts about what love are. Huh. Well, let's see. Also, it looks like Battler's still kind of got the resistance to fight Beatrice. But Beatrice did reveal another red truth, being she will keep her promises. So, So yeah, that's why I think I'm going to go ahead and leave it there. So thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you guys in the next video.